Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time here, which it might be because you might just be stumbling across this video in my channel because you are in a time crunch. It is hours, days. I should do it the other way to be more dramatic. It is days, hours, minutes from when you need to give someone a gift and you don't have anything ready. So today I'm going to save your behind and we're going to go through a couple of really good non-tangible gift ideas for the sewist or quilter in your life. One thing my family loves is a good IOU gift. We like to give experiences, but it's hard to schedule that for someone else. Or we like to give subscription boxes because it's a gift that keeps going throughout the year. So I have some sewing related gifts along those lines to tell you about now. I'm going to go through them quickly. I'm going to try to give you some general price ranges so you can see what is in your budget, and then do some further research for yourself in the last couple minutes before you need to tell this sewist what you're getting them. You yourself might be the person that is looking for gift ideas because maybe you have everything. Maybe you have all the notions you could want, all the patterns you could want. These are some maybe slightly out of the box or different ideas that you can give the people in your life. Let's get started. The first one is the most obvious. It's the easiest. It's a gift card, right? You can give the exact amount that fits in your budget. Any amount is appreciated. But here's my pro tip if this is a last minute purchase. Get it from somewhere that is online only or that is at least not local to you. So then you cover up the fact that it was last minute and you had to get an e-gift card because you couldn't get to the store in time. Saves you a separate trip to Joann's or Hobbycraft or whatever. But also maybe they can try something new, a different fabric store, a different independent pattern company. Maybe it's one they like. Anyway, pick one that does not have a physical location near you so that the fact that you got an e-card is not a giveaway for the fact that you were behind the curveball. Next one is a ticket for some sort of sewing expo. So the Sewing and Quilt Expo, no, Sewing Expo, yeah, I think it's called the Sewing and Quilt Expo. It's kind of like a chain of expos here in the US. It is $8 online or $15 at the expo. So if they want to go anyway, or if they've mentioned it, save them the $7 by buying it online for them. And then if you have more space in your budget, give them some money or, give them a value that you'll cover for them to spend at the show. Or if it's somewhere out of town and you have a larger budget, maybe you could pay for their lodging or something like that if you have that in your budget. But if you don't, I think it is a really, really good gift to think about that experience for them and just go ahead and buy the ticket. So it just shows that you are thinking of their interests and their hobbies and encouraging it, whoever this person is. So about $8. I looked up, I think the knitting and stitching show is somewhat similar. I know a ton of people here on YouTube have gone, so if I'm wrong, let me know. Next is an Audible subscription or some other type of media subscription if they like to listen to audiobooks or watch shows or something. You can also do like YouTube Premium. Those subscription prices are going to vary, but a lot of them I think are running deals right now. Audible, when I checked just this evening, had $6 for the first 4 months. I'm not sure what it goes up to after that. I think my Audible is like $17 a month. Just make sure that if they already have it, it's not being covered by something, because I know a lot of my subscriptions are covered by like a phone carrier covers some of mine, and then like my Audible's covered by one of my credit cards. They like put the money back on the card. So just make sure that you're not paying for something that they already get free. But something like that, I think like YouTube Premium, if they're really into YouTube, could be just a nice thing for them to have that they didn't have to pay for. After that is some sort of sewing magazine subscription. So they are pretty divided in terms of garment sewing magazines and then quilting magazines. Simply Sewing magazine is $75 for 6 issues or $169 for 13 issues. You do usually get like patterns in there though, so that's kind of part of the price that's built in. And then for quilting, there's Love of Quilting for $40 a year, Or if they're a beginner and they're just starting out, another magazine is Quick and Easy Quilts, which is the same price, but it is more beginner focused. Then if you get that subscription, they can get a bunch of ideas throughout the year. And it's one of those things where, like, if they don't like it, then after the year or 6 months or whatever you pay for, like, they tried it and it's done. And if it's, especially if it's something they've mentioned, you covering that cost makes it more accessible and gets rid of that hurdle for them to try something. Next, you can pay for their machine to be serviced. It's something we should probably all do a little more often. So $75 to $100 generally. I know that's what I've paid before, and from what I could find online, I did not get totally fleeced. That is the average price. So you could pay for that. Just check if they bought their machine at a local shop, a dealer. See if you can get any sort of discount because they purchased it there. Because some dealers will offer a discount for machines purchased from them. So check on that and save yourself some money, but cover the cost for your friend or significant other. Okay, next, pay for a class or a course. So there are in-person classes, and then there are a ton of virtual classes or courses. Love Notions has courses for, I think, like 5 or 6 of their garments that are only $25. I've not taken one, so I'm not going to vouch for how good they are, but Love Notions is a pretty reputable, good company in general. So, like, for someone wanting to learn more of how to fit garments or sew them, that could be a good option. Then there's Mimi G's, I think it's called Sew It Academy. I could not find like a solid price on it. I feel like it's kind of one of those build your own subscription things and you pay for what you want or don't want, but I might be totally incorrect. Don't quote me. That's an option. And then in-person classes, a lot of local quilt shops or local fabric shops will have classes. And even if the person you're buying for is sewing garments, don't scoff the quilt shops, because I know my old local quilt shop would do beginner garment sewing things. They would do bags, all kinds of stuff like that. It wasn't just quilts. The price for those can vary from like $25 to over $100, but a big part of that is usually the supplies. So if you're making a full quilt top and you're using really, really nice fabric and all the supplies and stuff, and it's a 4-week, 8-week, 12-week course, that's why it's going to be more expensive. Whereas if it's a one-time session, 2 hours, and you're making a pillowcase, it's going to cost less. So just kind of, a lot of these do rely on you kind of knowing what the person wants. So like if they're trying to learn how to fit pants better, don't buy them a quilting class. But I trust you won't do that. The next one is some sort of fabric or sewing subscription box. Fat Quarter Shop has a sew sampler, is what it's called, for $30 plus shipping. I don't know how often it comes. I don't know if it's monthly or not. I did not check that. But it has more than just fat quarters. There are Fat Quarter of the Month clubs and stuff, but it has notions and different things like that. That would probably be really good for maybe someone that's more of a beginner. I think it would be fun anyway, but definitely a beginner that's still kind of trying to figure out what notions they want and need, and like could be a really good possibility. And then So Haley Jane, their mini box, this is garment fabric subscription. Their mini box is 25 pounds a month, and their luxury is 70 pounds a month. So that 25 pounds a month, I think, is a really accessible price point. Not sure how much shipping is. I do know that Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery did a video with them maybe a couple months ago where she went over US pricing if you need that information. And I do think there's usually some sort of promo codes out there from people like Whitney. Don't quote me. I'm saying this like, if you are totally not a sewist person and you found this video because you need ideas, look up Tomcat Stitchery. Probably search like Tomcat Stitchery, So Haley Jane, and you'll hopefully find it. I'll try to link it below. And then my last idea. This is the go big, go home. You really, really want to do something. And this is actually something my husband gave me for, I think it was Mother's Day last year, my first Mother's Day. I haven't done it yet for various logistical life reasons that you don't care about. But he does frequently ask or remind me that, like, oh, we have to schedule you a quilting retreat at some point. So, a sewing retreat. There are sewing retreats or quilting retreats. I'm sure there are ones that do both. A lot of things are very segmented into either sewing garments or quilting, which is kind of annoying when you do both. Like, let me do it all. But I don't think if you went to a quilting retreat and pulled out a dress, anyone would like shove you out the door or vice versa. Sewing people tend to be pretty nice from what I found. But these are definitely the most expensive option on the list. They range greatly in price. It depends where you are going, how long you are going for. Obviously, if the person is going to have to travel further from where they live, you're going to have to add that cost in, and it's kind of rude to buy them this $500 4-night, 4-day, 3-night retreat in the woods of New Hampshire and then be like, okay, buy your plane ticket to the middle of nowhere. Good luck. So they can get very expensive. If there's a local one, that would probably be the safest, easiest bet. Or do what my husband did, which is like, I want to do this for you, but we don't have a point in our lives right now where we can schedule it. Just keep it in there and we will actually do it at some point. And I do believe him. I will get my quilting retreat at some point. Anyway, I don't think I've said the price. They range greatly. Lowest I found was about $200 for like a quick weekend one locally. And then the highest one was, I mean, there's cruises, right? So you're also paying for the cruise. They can get pretty pricey. But for just like a cabin in the woods with some other people for 4 or 5 days, it can get up to about $700. Does usually include lodging, food, etc., but they can get pretty expensive. So I did this kind of quickly. Hopefully you got some ideas. I will try to link things down below. A lot of it is still going to be like kind of tailored to what the person you know and love likes and is looking to improve upon. But I think I've covered everything from things that would be good for beginners to things that would be good for experienced sewists and quilters and all price points. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please leave a comment down below. And if you have more ideas, please comment them down below. The idea of this is things you can get on your laptop or phone right now and set up. And you don't have to wait for them to be shipped. Because like a subscription, while it's not going to ship immediately, you don't have to have it in hand to be like, look, I bought you a subscription. So that's the idea. If you have more ideas along that vein, please put them in the comments to help other people out. And that does it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. If you found it helpful, please like it. If you want to see more videos from me about other sewing things, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next video if you subscribe and if you come back. Bye.